Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to Daz Reacts, and today I have a George Carlin reaction video for you. And it's strange because I went through a phase last year where I'd done a lot of George Carlin reaction videos and I was hooked on listening to him, and for whatever reason it kind of fizzled out a bit. And it had nothing to do with George Carlin. I think it's because I added music to the channel as well. I was mixing it up and it fizzled out. And then I went for a few weeks where I didn't do no George Carlin, and then a couple of days ago I done another one of his, and then it triggered things in my brain again. I was like, I love the way this man speaks. I love the truths that he tells. I love everything about what he does on the stage. So I really need to do more George Carlin now because he's just brilliant. He's so funny, but everything that he says, it's just it makes you think so much. Like, yeah, oh crap, yeah. I don't know, but yeah. So expect to see a lot more George Carlin coming onto the channel very soon. And I said it in the last one that I have got like a list of like, is it LPs and things like that, but I can't get into them for whatever reason. Like, I really can't get into like sitting and listening to the LPs and not having anything on the screen. I like to watch comedians when I can see facial expressions and actions and things like that. So if you were one for the LPs and they're not coming, I do apologize, but you can still expect to see a lot more of his videos on the channel. But until then, let's get into this. This is George Carlin, Things You Never See. So I'm looking forward to this.
There's a lot of things you never see, and you don't know you don't see them because you don't see them. You got to see something first to know you never saw it, then you see it and you say, hey, I never saw that. Too late, you just saw it. I know things you never see. You never see a Rolls Royce with a bumper sticker that says, shit happens. You never see a really big, tall, fat Chinese guy with red hair. You never see a wheelchair with a roll bar. You never see someone taking a shit while running at full speed. And you never see a...
I actually have seen that. I have seen. I've not actually seen the shit coming out, but I have seen that, and I'm not going to tell you who the person is, just in case they watch this. But I have actually witnessed someone running at full speed while shitting themselves. That is something that I've witnessed. Didn't want to witness it, but I have witnessed it. Bad day to wear white.
See someone taking a shit while running at full speed. And you never see a picture of Margaret Thatcher strapping on a dildo.
What? No.
Then there are some things you never hear. That makes sense. Some things you never hear. You never hear this. Dad, you really ought to drink more. Here's something you don't hear too often. Do what you want to the girl, but leave me alone. Here is something...
that actually reminded me of Homer Simpson then with the aliens. Don't eat me, I have a wife and kids. Eat them.
No... Here is something no one has ever heard, ever. Ever. As soon as I put this hot poker in my ass, I'm going to chop my dick off.
Someone's heard
You know
that.
why you never heard that? Right, no one ever said that. Which to me is the more amazing thing. No one ever thought to say that before tonight. I'm the first person in the world to put those words together in that particular order. First down, number one. Here's something you don't hear too often. Honey, let's sell the children, move to Zanzibar, and begin taking opium rectally. Mom, I got a big date tonight. Can I borrow a French tickler from you? Then there are some things you don't want to hear. Some things...
That last one, it was like, Mum, I got a hot date tonight. Can I borrow a French tickler from you? Something that I wouldn't want to bloody hear.
Then there are some things you don't want to hear. Some things you just flat don't want to hear. You don't want to come home from work and hear, honey, remember how we told the children never to play on the railroad tracks? You don't want to be sitting in your doctor's office and hear this. Well, Jim, there's no reason why you shouldn't live another 20 to 30 years. However, you will be bleeding constantly from both eyes. Here's something I don't want to hear. I'm pregnant, you're the father, and I'm gonna kill all three of us. Calm down, have some dip. Honey, it's the police. They have a search warrant, and the 300 kilos of cocaine are still sitting out in the living room. Here's something nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear this. Try to think back to when this was appropriate to your life. You and your fiancé have been invited to your mom and dad's house for dinner for the first time. Halfway through dinner, your fiancé stands up and says, "I'll be right back. I gotta take a dump." There seems to be...
Okay, so here's the thing that like from like that's something that like that's a very not I wouldn't say British that I wouldn't say it's a very British thing to do, but no, it could. It's a very mixed thing that like the sense of humour of the Brits. That is the sort of thing that I could hear a Brit woman saying. Not all, but certain, especially like a lot of my family members. Basically, I could actually hear a British woman just turning around saying that like, "Oh, I'll be back. I need to go and have a shit." That that is something that is very from where I was brought up and things like that. It's not upper class at all. It's like it's not even middle class basically. It's just the sort of class where you say what you want, you do what you want, and you hear a lot of things like this. So yeah, that is something that would not surprise me one bit if I heard. I probably wouldn't like it. I'd probably think, oh, it's just disgusting, but it is something that I could picture hearing a lot of people saying that I've known over the years.
There seems to be no really genteel way of announcing publicly a dump. And frankly, I'm not impressed with people who tell me what they're going to do when they go to the bathroom in the first place. Doesn't it bother you, people who announce that, "I'll be right back, I'm going to take a shit"? Never mind! Do what you have to do and leave me out of it.
Yeah, now that's the thing that like I say that from where I was brought up and a lot of the people that I've known over the years and things like that, that's not something that like for someone to turn around to me like I don't know. It's just yeah that people announce their toilet things, and it starts from a young age. Like even my daughter now, my daughter's 7 years old, but my daughter will still stand up and like go to walk to the door. She doesn't have to say nothing. Like as she's walked out, I know she's either going to the toilet or the kitchen or whatever, but she'll get to the door, turn around, she go, "Dad, I'm going to have a poo." I was like, okay, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. I'll write that down in the bloody diary. Yeah. So it starts from a young age and it just never stops, basically. And yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, like with George Carlin, that it is the case that I do love watching this man and I do love listening to him speak. And like, he's a philosopher, like a philosophist, he's a comedian, and that he's just brilliant in every way. I really do love listening to the man talk, and you can expect a lot more on there. And like I said, that I didn't really get into his LPs, but like anything video wise, if there is anything you want me to react to, then please do let me know, and I will get round to doing it. But yeah, until then, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one.